In the second episode of 3, part of our Memorial Day special, we host Zack Mannino, currently stationed in Minot, North Dakota, part of the U.S. Air Force. Great guy, incredible music, you're going to love him. We talk about, what Memorial Day means to him, and he brings up a special memory when placing flags at grave sites at the Veteran Cemetery there in Guam. And I've done something similar with Wreaths Across America, placing wreaths at Arlington Cemetery. It's a very moving feeling, and I do recommend it. If you are wanting and looking to help, your veteran cemetery is always needing help, placing flags or wreaths. And Wreaths Across America, it's wreathsacrossamerica.org, are always looking for help, especially during these holidays and Memorial Day. So definitely check them out. You're going to love this episode. Thank you again for following Bandwagon TV. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Born in a land by the railroad track where the river soaks you through and there's no way back. You offer me your hand smoking big cigars while you're singing for your supper in a beat-up bar. And his love rides the truck stops home.
All right, let's do this. We got Zack Mannino all the way from Minot, North Dakota. We got an active duty from the United States Air Force. Sir, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. How are you doing?
Zack, I'm doing so well, man. We are so happy for you to join us with our Memorial Day special. This is our 3rd annual. We love having men, women on like yourselves just to talk about the service that we appreciate every day, that we have you defending our freedoms, but also we want to talk to you about Memorial Day and what it means to you. But before we get started, I want to give everybody the opportunity to know who you are, and the people who already know who you are, to give them a little bit about that secret stuff. So if you don't mind, sir, go ahead. Let us know where you're from, where you're originally from, your musical influences, and what you're up to today.
All right. So originally, I'm from a small town in Louisiana called Independence. I was just talking to my friend the other day. I was looking up the census because I hadn't been back home really a whole lot in the last 10 years. And so in the last 10 years, we went from 1,500 people to now 2,500 people. So really small town out there north of New Orleans. And I grew up in the church. That was my number one musical influence, was growing up and singing in the church. My grandpa was a pastor and learning there, playing instruments and things like that. After that, growing up, listened to a whole lot of country. It was just a lot of gospel music until I was about 15. And then I kind of got into high school, had some R&B influences. I really loved Usher and Neo and listened to a lot of them. And then transitioned to more in my senior and junior year, playing baseball, listened to a lot of country, some Shania Twain, Tim McGraw, and things like that. And then when I joined the military, I was 19 and went to San Antonio and fell into some group of friends there it was just hanging out and playing video games and doing nothing but listening to country music. And that's really where my influences come from. And currently the people that I listen to is a lot of Cody Johnson, a lot of Tyler Childers, Luke Combs. I don't think that guy can put out a bad song. And so, yeah, that's a little bit of where my musical influence comes from. And then as far as like a little bit more about my life, growing up, we took a little bit of time away, being away from family. My mom was a special ed teacher and now she's a principal in Texas. We moved to Hawaii for 4 years, from the middle of 2000 to the middle of 2005, and lived there. I had the island influence with music too. And then once we moved back, that's when I really started getting into the praise and worship song leader and stuff like that.
Wow, that's incredible, man. So you've been all over. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with Independence. Is that off of 10?
55, between Hammond and Macomb, Mississippi.
I've definitely seen it. I know I've seen it off the sign. So, us being in the truck, man, we're used to these small towns, going on the road.
Absolutely. Traveling for sure makes it easier whenever people are like, oh yeah, I'm about an hour east of, whatever city. You're like, oh, I drove through that place. At least I've seen something.
And especially, I really love that you have the gospel. I'm a big Neo, from Las Vegas. Usher, I love Usher. So I love this. I love this background of yours. I want to, and now we got a little serious here, and it's Memorial Day, and I wanted to ask you, and just you being active service, and actually you're the first person that's actually currently active that we've interviewed. I just wanted to ask you in terms of you serving. What does Memorial Day mean for you and your family?
For Memorial Day, we spend a lot of time trying to give back that weekend. There's always somewhere that's going and planting flags, at a cemetery. And there was one place in Guam that every year for Memorial Day, they had a cemetery that we would go out and plant small flags next to every grave site there. And it would be over 200 or 300 grave sites that we would go and put those flags next to. And then next to the cemetery was a park. And then we just filled up that park with flags. And then they had a small celebration there after with people because Guam, most people don't know the place or have heard of the place. I didn't hear the place before knowing that I was going there. But right after Pearl Harbor had happened, because of time difference, they got taken over from the Japanese. And the Japanese was in charge of that island for 3 years until we liberated them. And so it's being in that island, the difference there is huge because they were under the Japanese rule for so long, and their ancestors, great grandparents, the stories that they tell about it. And it's really the island there really does a huge thing for Memorial Day and Veterans Day and stuff like that. So there's always a place to go in your local communities that can give back, participate in the smallest way to honor those people that have fallen for us.
I don't know if a lot of people are aware, but yeah, you can definitely plant flags. I think that's extremely important. I know the wreaths across America when it comes to the holidays, you can definitely do that. So I think it's really important, and paying your respects for those that have fallen for our freedoms and what we can and are able to do every day. But I just wanted to tell you that, one, we thank you and your family. Your wife is an important part of this as well. But so how long have you been active with the Air Force?
So I've been in the military now 10 years. I'm at that halfway point and stuff like that. So it's big decisions coming up of what I need to do to progress. And so excited about that.
Let me ask you, when you were going through basic training, I'm just curious, and especially, you coming, it sounds to me like, your grandparents were, had some musical background, and how important was music to you going through basic, but also through those tough days, being by yourself and being alone and getting you just day by day?
Yeah. So there's a funny thing about that is there was a guy in my basic training element class, whatever you want to call it. And me and him, we were really big singers. And I mean, we were karaokeing at the time. I didn't have any instruments or anything like that. But what we would do is we'd sit down and we'd go back and forth with songs that we knew. And at the evening, whenever the TIs left for the night and, we're supposed to be asleep or whatnot, anytime, especially on Sundays, Sundays was kind of like an easy day for us. We'd wake up, go to church, come back, eat breakfast, eat lunch, whatever. And then Sundays was a good day for us, especially after the second week, because they let us be free. And that was the time that we were able to relax, sing some songs, just off the top of the head, whatever would come up to our mind. And we'd go around just singing. And then you have your jodies. And that's actually really fun too. You go for a run and then you sing jodies while you're running to stay in step. And that kind of brought back some good memories, looking back at it now, and things that we did that at the time we hated. It sucked, but it was fun.
I can't wait to tell it and show everybody and have them listen to your music. It's honestly, I know that you're a grinder, and we'll get into this in a second. You go follow Zack. We're gonna plug his social media, but he's constantly working. He's not only active duty, but he's out your local pubs performing covers in his own singles. So we are looking forward, Zack, to plugging your music. We really appreciate what you have to say on especially this important weekend. But we have to pull over for the lightning round. I hope you're ready, my friend.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's do this. We're pulling over the white lightning. Here we go. Zack Mannino. Sir, before we get started, we love plugging local businesses, and especially with yourself. We've never actually had, also, these are a lot of firsts with you, but never had anybody from the Dakotas. So we're looking forward to local businesses. And I know you got one for us. If you don't mind, sir, what local business do you want to plug with us today?
So there's a local business here that is veteran owned that they are going to open up next week. So probably by the time this is coming out, they just opened up for the weekend, and it's called Just Wreck It. And it's a wreck it room. They have a bunch of like TVs and things in there for you to go in there, sledgehammer everything, get that frustration out. And then once you leave there, you're rejuvenated and you feel great. And if you haven't been to one of those kind of rooms, I highly suggest it, because it is, yes, it's kind of dangerous, and, you know, you got to make sure that you don't swing and hit somebody, but it is a lot of fun for you to just go in there, de-stress, and have a good time.
Are you wearing the goggles and all that? Like helmet? Like what do we got? What are we looking at?
For what I know, I don't know about this specific one because they haven't opened yet, but one that I have been to before, they give you gloves, they give you eye pro, just so that you don't hurt yourself when you're in there destroying things.
I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to like tax season, when it comes to like, you know, maybe I'm waiting for one of these places to open up by me, because that would be a lot of fun. Well, hey, Zach, we appreciate it. We're going to plug that, and definitely look forward to it. If you're in the area, if you're in the Minot area, definitely go check them out. Thank you very much for that, sir. What we want to do is we want to promote our local business. It's the Bauman Brothers, their Lombard Men Hair Lotion, right? So they're a veteran-owned small business, two brothers. They're, you know, out of the Marine Corps. They're at Camp Pendleton. They needed some hair product. They were all out on one weekend trying to go out to meet some friends, and they decided, you know what, we need to make our own. So they decided to do that. So we got the Lombard Men, that's at lombardmen.com, lombardmen.com, and you can find them on their social media. It's at Lombard Hair Lotion. So definitely go check them out. It's Alan and Mike, the Bauman brothers, and very cool guys. We're very happy. I've actually had to shave my beard. I'm starting fresh. I'm letting the beard grow, man. You should see this thing. It looks full and luscious. It's soft, not like a Brillo pad. So we're very excited for them to promote with Bandwagon TV and our Joyride. So definitely go check them out. Again, that's lombardmen.com and at Lombard Hair and Lotion. So here we go. We're about to get started with the lightning round. Zack Mannino, here we go. Are you ready, sir?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. So I have to ask, what was your favorite MRE or current? What is your favorite current MRE that's meals ready to eat?
Ooh, probably the stroganoff.
What?
Yeah. You just add a little bit of water, and when it heats up, man, it's like nothing else. And then you take those Skittle packets and then you trade them for other things.
I know. And are you using that Tabasco sauce? Are we using hot sauce?
Oh, coming from the South, you got to have some Tabasco. My dad lives right next to the plant where Tabasco is made, so highly use Tabasco in our stuff.
I should have figured, man. I forgot you're from Louisiana. Like that's probably natural. You probably got some in your back pocket as we speak.
Oh, yeah, I have it in a holster next to my gun.
Oh, nice. Okay, like I said before, this man is constantly working. He never sleeps. He's out working. He's out performing. He's out defending our country. So, Zach, I got to ask you, okay, now, you're at the bar. You got a song. Everybody's wanting one. What cover song are you singing for us tonight? You got only one song. Which one are you playing?
If I'm going to get the crowd going, and if I'm having a downtime, it's always going to be Boot Scoot and Boogie. There ain't a crowd out there that don't like it, and so I just do it, and that tends to turn the crowd around a little bit.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man. That's awesome. I love that. What is that, Brooks and Dunn?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. That's a great song. That's a classic, an oldie but goodie.
Exactly.
Oh,
it's never too old to play anywhere.
Oh, get down, turn around, go to town, boot, scoot, boogie.
That was a good answer. All right, so we got to ask two famous musicians. They were actually former Air Force. So you got Johnny Cash or Willie Nelson? Who do you got?
Oh, I'm going to go with Johnny. I'm a Johnny fan. I have some family that's from Arkansas. So if I didn't pick him, I'd be in trouble.
You'd be shunned. Oh, man. Zach, you're doing great. We love asking this next question. It's one of our famous one. Now you've taken over. You're in the driver's seat of the White Lightning. You're driving coast to coast. You need a co-pilot, dead or alive. Who do you got?
Let's do dead or alive. Let's see. My co-pilot. I would really like to sit down with Cody Johnson. I don't know if y'all have watched his series. I believe it's on Hulu or Netflix. And that goes through and it tells a lot about his story. I didn't know that he's been at it for so long. I knew he was a rodeo guy. I would love to sit down and talk to him because I like the rope. And then on top of that, the struggles that he had, and then him becoming an artist. And I think that lines up with a lot that I like to know about a person, and then also what I'm going through currently. So I would love to do that because he's a huge hustler.
Wow, I didn't know that about Kojo, man. That's so I'll have to definitely check it out. So it's on maybe Hulu or another streaming service.
Yeah, it's called Deer Rodeo.
Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna definitely check that out. As a musician, as an artist, extremely talented, and I know it's with a lot of musicians, they're only they're much deeper than what they what you see on TV. So definitely I'm gonna go check that out. Okay, so now Kojo, he's hopped in. What song are you playing? What's the first song you're playing? Are you playing one of your own? Are you playing one of his maybe popular hits or a deep cut, something random?
So I think the first thing I would do is play one of his songs and tell him how big of a fan I am of it. And then say, hey, this song kind of inspired the way that I wrote my song Happy Place. And see, hey, what tips do you have? How would you reword it if you had to reword, or how do you write and make sure that you get that feeling across? And that's all we do as musicians. We try to get the feelings that we have across to music in 3 minutes and tell a story of what it was impacting us at the time or anything like that. And so that's kind of how I would go with it, because all of his songs are based off of feelings that he has, and that's something that I'm really a big fan of.
Absolutely. And so we really appreciate that answer, and really you did great. The lightning round, you aced it. But I just to go off of this, and I'm glad you're saying this, because like I'm listening. I know you only got the 2 songs right now currently on the streaming, but you got a lot of songs that you can listen to on YouTube. You're doing a lot of covers. As you are progressing as a musician, as an artist, as a singer-songwriter, and I like asking this question, what's right now most important to you? Is it the lyrics or the music?
Lyrics for me. Lyrics are always the first important. I try to put words down and go through, this is the route that I want this song to go, and then I add music. And then if I want it to be a fast song or a slow song, that kind of gets in there. Once I hear the keys that I'm playing in and the chord progressions that I'm going through, that's when it kind of decides whether it's going to be an upbeat song or a slower song. But typically I always start with lyrics.
Very cool, man. And like I want to start plugging your music here. You had Backyard Southern Living, and then you just just recently came out with Happy Place. And just from like, listening to both of them, I mean, Happy Place is like just already a step above. I'm loving it. And it's
appreciate
it. It's a great song, so definitely go check them out. But I want to give you the opportunity. How do we find you? How do we listen to you?
So you can find me on all streaming services under Zack Mannino, Facebook, Zack Mannino, and then on Instagram, Zack Mannino Music. And then I'm on TikTok under Zack Mannino. And I'm constantly trying to put some music out there, covers and things like that, to build that, because ultimately, you have to have a following in order to be somewhat successful. So that's where I'm really trying to do right now. I've been spending the last year and a half doing that and trying to build and get better at that.
Oh, that's great, man. And you never know. I know you're coming up. You got some important decisions in your life, but also with your family. But you're a grinder, man. And I can't wait to see your progressions throughout, whether it's this summer at the end of the year. I know you do a lot of like headlines at these local places. Do you have anything coming up? Yeah. Do you have anything coming up here recently that or coming up in the summer that you can plug? Yeah,
so what's really cool is that this is going to be my first major summer. I've always been doing, farmers markets and that and the other. But in the end of June, June 24th, I'm going to be in Fargo and on the radio there doing a live interview and playing my music live there, which is really cool. I've never done that before. And then in July, the first week of July, right after the 4th of July, the 6th, 7th, and 8th, I'm going to be down in New Salem playing at North Dakota Country Fest on one of the side stages in the local area. And then in Minot State Fair, where Cody Johnson's going to be there and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to be on a stage 5 out of the 10 nights there. 20th, 21st, 22nd, and then 29th and 30th of July.
Oh, man. Well, hey, we're very excited for you. Hey, Zack, thank you so much for joining us. This is a very episodes that we love making, and we love hearing from veterans, but also active duty like yourself. But just hearing about, I think, in terms of how important it is to, whether it's serving your country, but to paying your respects for the ones that have fallen and those heroes. But we also love listening to music. I mean, in terms of getting you through those tough days, and you're extremely talented, and we love plugging your music. So, Zach, we gotta let you go, and all we ask is, can we get a song? Can we get a song?
Absolutely. I'm gonna play a new song that I haven't released yet, and it's somewhat new. I've written it about a month ago, and what this song is called "Nothin More." And this song is something that I wrote, and with the inspiration of what my dream is. You know, the chorus and the verses talks about, you know, I want to drive down a dirt road to a house, you know, with cattle to my left and cotton on my right. And I want to have a pond. I want to go fishing. I love to fish. And so it starts about with there. And then, you know, talking about how I want to just grow my family and my wife out there, using it, you know, the family tree analogy. You know, I want to build my tree with my roots strong so that it can withstand any storms. So that's the new song. I haven't released it yet, so y'all are the first ones that are going to hear it, and I'm really excited about that, and hopefully your audience enjoys it.
This is exciting stuff. This is one of the reasons why we love making these shows. Zach, thank you so much. We got some new release stuff here before it even gets online. So Zach, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Drive you down an old dirt road to a house up on a hill. There's cattle to the left, cotton on the right, and a nice stocked pond of fish. I wanna raise our kids with dirt on their feet and scars and tell the story. We're sitting on a back porch drinking some wine, soaking in what's here before me. I wanna plant these roots down deep in good soft soil, to grow our branches long and strong to withstand any storm. Well, times will be good and times will be bad, but there's one thing that's for sure. As long as I have you by my side, I'ma never need nothing more. Wake up to the sunrise and a thermos full of coffee. Look out the kitchen window at what hard work has got me. I want to teach all of my children that family comes first, to never tell a lie and always keep your word. I want to plant these roots down deep in good soft soil, grow our branches long and strong to withstand any storm. Well, times will be good and times will be bad, but there's one thing that's for sure. As long as I have you by my side, I'ma never need nothing more. Plant these roots down deep in good soft soil, to grow our branches long and strong to withstand any storm. Well, times will be good and times will be bad, but there's one thing that's for sure. As long as I have you by my side, I'ma never need nothing more.
There you go. There's Zack Mannino, Nothin More. You haven't even heard it before. That was your first time. You heard it first just now. Zach, thank you so much for sharing that beautiful song with us today.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it, man.
Can't say this enough, but we really appreciate it, and we thank you so much for your service. But we also love giving shout outs to your family. You got 3 kids, you got a wife, and they're, as a team, we want to thank them as well.
I appreciate it. Yeah, my wife, I always call her a unicorn. Susan, she takes one of a kind to deal with me. Not only do I work all the time, with the military, and our schedule constantly changing, but I'm also gigging 2 to 3 times a week, and that takes time away from her and the kids. My oldest is 5, fixing to turn 6, and then I have a 2-year-old boy, and then I also have a 6-month-old baby girl. So busy, chaotic at the house, and busy and chaotic outside at work. And then music is really fun, and it was a big therapy for me to get out and go do that. And making money is always a good thing too.
I can't wait to see what the summer, but the rest of 2022 brings for you, and we're wishing you and the family all the luck. So thank you so much.
I appreciate it, and thank y'all for y'all's support for us, because without y'all, we couldn't really do nothing.
Definitely go check this guy out. You're going to hear more of him soon. So, Zach, thank you so much. We got to let you go. We hope you have a great summer, and we hope to see you soon.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
I wanna take you home.